Hello guys, and welcome to another market update video. Today we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum and Solana pretty much, and we're going to look at the bullish scenario and the bearish scenario for the coming week. So first and foremost, lately we have been in a pretty nice uptrend, as it's pretty easy to see, and it's been pretty strong. I know many people have tried to short every top, and many people have lost a lot of money, and many people are also trying to long the highs to get the breakout. That's also something to be careful with in general. But looking at the daily chart, it's been pretty strong, I have to say, trading at this key resistance still, and I'm going to share my thoughts on the bearish scenario, bullish scenario, and what I think for the coming week. We have a channel here we've been trading at for some weeks, some months, and showing great respect both ways. It's pretty interesting to see. The high right now coming in at around 80.7 also lines up with this previous range low. Also some pretty interesting resistance as of now, in my opinion. And the midpoint at around 75, 75.5 maybe at now. So my bullish scenario for the coming week would be to reclaim and break out of this resistance level with single print, fair value gap, pretty much February high, previous range low, and a naked weave up to pretty much push 85 to 86k, because right here we have some pretty interesting resistance, but if we break out of here, we don't really have any major resistance right here as far as I see it. We have some pretty nice resistance laying around here between 85 and 86 pretty much, but before that not really anything major. So if we break above, I'm going to be a little bit careful thinking short and holding on to my longs and taking some profits approaching 85 86k if that's the case. And then if we potentially could reclaim this, then 93 94 becomes on the table again. But for now, this is key resistance. So for the bearish scenario would be pretty much to break down from this level. We can also get a fake out all the way up to 81, but preferred scenario would be to take around 80 and then down maybe. To be honest, time will tell. For now, price is holding pretty well. And if we get a big push, just be careful trying to short it, trying to long it, everything. Just let things play out and let things chill out a little bit. You don't need to catch the top and bottom every time, and that's extremely important just to mention as well. So please stick to risk management and be patient and stick to your main zones. Don't always try to catch the next best trade all the time. Be patient, wait for the setup, and don't get FOMO into trades. That's never a good idea. Looking at my swing short, I have reduced the risk completely. Really happy about that. At 76 level, all shared in my private group. If you want to join my private group, send me a message on Twitter or in the comments and I will contact you. But I'm not really having any major belief in this trade as we're trading right now. I believe I may get a stopped out. I reduced the stop loss size because I didn't want to close the trade fully, so I closed a little bit and cut the stop loss in half, pretty much because of the size, and then the risk became zero. So if we break about 80 250, I'm out of the trade with a little bit of profit. So it's not bad, but the best scenario of course be to find some lower levels for more short TP, but I'm long as well. And I probably think if you don't see a major breakdown pretty soon, I think I'm gonna be stopped out on this trade and look for another trade pretty much. So the high time frame, bullish scenario, reclaim 81, 80.6. Bearish scenario would be to hold this resistance level as we've been pushing for some time. You can also have a look at my main chart. As we all know, just save this and look at my main chart right here. Let's see, I need to change like this. Perfect. So we have pretty much been holding up really well. A little squeeze right now, pretty interesting. Got a great reaction here on a wick. As you can see here, took sell tail and then a really nice reaction down. Really cool to see. Now we are squeezing again. Look at this respect on the zones. It's totally crazy in my opinion. Look at this. 1% back to back in just a few minutes. It's a scalping paradise, and it's just amazing. It's pretty much been better than New York pretty much the whole week. Insane. So this is really nice price action for scalping. We saw a major volume spike here with some major liquidations and then a great reaction down, and then we saw pretty much a bullish retest of the daily support, previous daily resistance, and got a really nice move to the upside, again back to the highs, and now leaving a poor intraday high. So we may see a fake out of these highs during the night, and that's pretty much my bearish scenario with the hold these levels. But again, really interesting what's happened pretty soon. Because if we break about 80.6, as I told you, we don't really have any major resistance before 85 to 86k. That's just the way it is. So we're going to keep watching Bitcoin next week. I'm going to share my day trading setups, short and long, every day before New York, of course, and in the private group if I'm taking trades. And we have a pretty interesting week ahead in my opinion, both in terms of Nasdaq and S&P. That's been going crazy the last few weeks, all-time highs all the time. And what really happens with the war is also something to watch in the coming week. And I think we have a volatile week ahead. And right now we are pushing weekly highs, pushing a February high right here, and a sell tail, pretty dang interesting. Also a naked value are pushing and approaching a major single print. And I think we're gonna have a short reaction pretty soon. Look at the reaction. I mean, this is just a scalping paradise. I can't even believe it. Look at these moves. I mean, that's an amazing 1 minute candle. I'm just a little bit blown away right now after a scalping price action, but let's over to at least holding the resistance level for now. Let's go over to Ethereum and Solana. I got a question and chart request on both Solana and Ethereum from you guys. Thanks for commenting and spreading positivity. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. For Ethereum, I'm not really interested in doing anything here. We've seen reactions previous week, and right now we are pushing it. For a short, I would need to see a sweep both this high and this high, to be honest. Ideally, even get a fake out into this sell tail even above. That's from this high. For taking a short trade and for taking a long trade, we may find some support in this day level. If you see, for example, a wick below, it could be something for a long. But my highest probability long zone for Ethereum would be between 2,190 and 2,175 for a great long. Looks like a great swing long opportunity to potentially take us all the way up back here once again. That would be the most ideal, but you never know. Maybe we doesn't get it before we get a short. But then looking for a short here, if we get some triggers, may be a good idea. Looking at Solana, I can just remove a few levels because I'm going to try to keep it a little bit simple and focus on the extremes just for you guys. As you know, I like to have many levels on my charts, and if it isn't in my object tree, the levels doesn't really exist. I love to have many levels. So first and foremost, we had this long zone for maybe 2 weeks, And not many people just got so impatient, just, you know what, I don't care about your zone, I'm gonna long before. And when patience plays out, you get rewarded. And look at this reaction from the zone. It couldn't be more accurate, and amazing long reaction. And now we are pretty much just trading at the local flip, as far as I see it, local SNR flip level. But for a short, I would like to see taking this high and this high with the sell tail for a potential short trade up here to take us maybe down to the flip, as I just told you about here. And for a long, we may of course find some nice support here once again, but a long zone that look extremely interesting to me is this 78 level, to be honest, because we have some lows down there we haven't been for a pretty long time, and sweeping these lows looks like a potential great long trade in my opinion. That were just a few thoughts on Solana as well, and that was pretty much the coins I want to share. I can take a quick look at Brett as well, because I know many people are watching Brett. Yeah, we had a great reaction to the trend line, and daily some resistance. It's pretty a little choppy. We can maybe just remove this later just to keep it simple. We had this flip level, got many rejections, and then we saw a big push and didn't go all the way down, but we got some retrace and continuation. If we can break above this trend line, we may push this daily with a sell tail pretty quick. And after that, we don't really have any major resistance as far as I see it. We have these highs, of course, but not really anything huge before this. But if we see a pullback, the bulls need to keep trading above here to get a chance to push higher levels, as far as I see it right now. That was pretty much the altcoins. I will, of course, update these daily on Twitter before New York. If I see a great trade setup, I can just adjust this sell tail a little bit because it got a little bit higher. So again, the level got great respect, and we see some pretty volatile candles going on right now. So we may have a really interesting night on the way. Pretty much bearish scenario, reject this big level and get a correction down to maybe 77, 76. Bullish scenario, reclaim 80.6 to push 85, 86k. That's pretty much my plan, and I think that's a really smart plan for you guys to follow as well, and try to avoid FOMO, because I see people on Twitter getting really bullish right now. I see people on YouTube getting really bullish. This is my bullish scenario. Take it as you like. I'm leaning a little bit towards this, maybe. I'm like 50-50, because we are still at key resistance, bull market support band, and major confluence levels. But at the same time, we don't really show any major breakdown yet. But this is the same time we don't really want to do stupid things. I don't really want to buy more. I have some spot from lower. I don't really want to buy here because I'm buying resistance. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't really make sense. At the same time, I just want to be careful, because what if it's just a failed breakout, and you're buying up here and we just get a huge wick and dump just down? It doesn't really make any sense. So we need to be patient and watch for triggers and watch for acceptance both below and above. Bearish scenario, dump from these levels. I'm going to just put it away like this and maybe a little bit smaller. Dump from this level, bearish scenario, bullish scenario, reclaim to push 85, 86k. Anyways, anyone needing a place to trade, I really recommend BloFin. No KYC, you can make as many accounts as you like if you have a mail. I have links to Bybit EU and Bybit Global. If you need that, just send me a message. I have link to BingX and MEXC. I recommend mostly BloFin and Bybit, and BingX is also great. I don't really use MEXC a lot, so I can't really recommend that. But if you, and I would be a little bit careful with MEXC as of now because of the fact that I know some people have gotten scammed, and I have never heard anything like that on BloFin or Bybit, so I would stay away. But I really advise you to check out BloFin. Look, I just need to mention, look at this respect, guys. Look at this. I mean, it doesn't really make any sense. So just really fun to see the scalping price action on a Sunday. Lately, Sundays have been a great price action, to be honest. I just need to mention it. Anything? If you want me to check out any coin, do a TA, drop some levels, drop some trading zones, just tell me. I'll gladly make every day. Just fun to share, and I love to make charts. And if you want to join my group, send me a message and I can get you in. Anyways, I wish you a fantastic week. Thanks so much for every like, every comment, and every share. I really appreciate it. And I want you guys to succeed. So please use good risk management next week, and avoid chasing and avoid FOMO at local highs and local lows. Stay patient, and I'll see you all with a new video next week. Bye bye.